Good morning. Thanks for getting up with us on this Saturday morning. I'm Devin Haskins. We'll get to your headlines in just a moment, but we want to get to Daisy Caballero for a first look at the Saturday forecast. Had a couple incredibly hot days, but starting to enter a little bit of a cool down.
Yes, exactly, Devin. Just like you said, we are on the cool down, thankfully. Mother Nature is finally saying, okay, we're getting into September, officially starting to cool down. And yeah, cooler days are ahead. I'll tell you how cool in my full forecast. But looking at the satellite radar, within the last 3 hours alone, we're starting to welcome in a little bit more of that cloud coverage and also some light sprinkles, as you can see here in parts of Madras, Mount Hood, Jefferson. And then also through the Portland metro area. I actually walked to my car this morning on my way to work, and I did see a few rain droplets on my windshield. It is 71 degrees right now in the Rose City at 6 o'clock in the morning. Let's check the rest of our current temperatures. Also 70 degrees for Forest Grove over in Troutdale, 68 for Westland, 67 for Happy Valley, Oregon City, 64 for Kaiser, and 61 degrees for the Salem area. Now check this out. 24-hour temperature change, 8 degrees warmer right now in the Hillsborough area, 6 degrees warmer in Portland, also in McMinnville. Check out Redmond though, 12 degrees warmer. So here's what your weekend is going to be looking like. Partly sunny and hazy for today, high of 88, 85 degrees. Mostly sunny skies. That haze will really continue. We will be seeing some relief, and then we'll talk about when the showers are going to be returning coming up. Thanks, Daisy.
We start with breaking news and the tragic end to the search for a missing woman. Beaverton police now confirm 32-year-old Melissa Jubain is dead. Her neighbor has been charged with her murder. She was reported missing after she didn't show up to work on Wednesday morning. Beaverton police searched around her neighborhood near Southwest 158th and West Baseline Road. Last night, Beaverton police say they arrested one of Melissa's neighbors, 27-year-old Brythe Jonathan Schubert, and charged him with murder. Police tell us they have recovered Jubain's body. Last night, before the news came out, we met with some of her friends and colleagues as they canvassed areas around her neighborhood looking for her.
The last time I talked to her was before she was going to her wedding, which she just got back from, that she planned for like a year and a half. It was her dream wedding.
Police say this is still an active investigation, so they're asking for any tips from the public. We'll keep you updated as we get more information on this case. The man accused of shooting at a Wasco County deputy will spend the next decade behind bars. In November 2021, prosecutors say Logan Cantwell ran from a traffic stop. When a tire blew out, he shot at the deputy, hitting his vehicle several times. The deputy was not hurt. Cantwell was eventually arrested in Skamania County. He pleaded guilty to attempted murder in addition to vehicle theft and property crimes. And we now know the names of the 3 people who were killed last weekend when a small plane crashed into a row of townhomes in Fairview. A warning, some of these images are difficult to watch. Catherine Cook has the update.
Security cameras in Fairview capture the final seconds before a plane crashed last Saturday into a row of townhomes. You can see the twin-engine Cessna clipping power lines and apparently catching fire. 3 people were killed. On Friday, Multnomah County Sheriff's officials released their names. The pilot, 73-year-old Michael Busher of Beaver Creek. The flight instructor, 79-year-old Jacqueline Whitford of Glendale, Arizona. And inside the house, 75-year-old Barbara McDonald. Earlier this week, McDonald's neighbors, Judy and Tom Keegan, talked about the loss.
Our friendship just clicked. We were like
kindred spirits.
We were. And she was an amazing woman.
Moments into the short flight, a radio transmission from the pilot, Busher, to air traffic control suggested he was having trouble controlling the aircraft.
412 Golf is having some handling problems. This is a test flight. I can't get this thing.
He tried to return to the Troutdale airport, but couldn't make it.
All right, November 421 Golf Bravo, can you land runway 7?
We're going to try, not sure.
That was flight instructor Jackie Whitford's voice. Her family created this GoFundMe following her death. On the page, Whitford's granddaughter wrote, quote, "One thing that brings our family some solace is that she died doing what she loved. Jackie was an amazing pilot, and flying was the love of her life next to her family." The Oregonian reports that Whitford was riding along on the maintenance test flight because she was familiar with the plane and wanted to help Busher, the new owner and pilot. Whitford's daughter told the Oregonian, quote, "She'd been flying that plane for years, but hadn't flown it for about 3 years. It was sitting for that time."
That, of course, raises questions about what transpired over those 3 years, as well as the plane's maintenance records. We expect the NTSB to release a preliminary report in about a month. The full investigation, they say, could take over a year. Boeing's first astronaut mission is officially over, though without the astronauts. The empty Starliner capsule touched down in the New Mexico desert tonight. Engine thruster problems, along with helium loss, turned what was supposed to be an 8-day stay aboard the International Space Station into 8+ months. NASA said it was too risky for them to come home on the Starliner, so they'll be in orbit until next February when they'll return on a SpaceX flight. The capsule landed on autopilot without any issues. And Oregon's new drug laws are just about a week old. We're tracking how enforcement has unfolded on Portland streets and inside its courtroom. Blair Best sat down with Multnomah County's chief criminal judge, who says so far he's feeling skeptical because of some shortcomings.
When possession of hard drugs became a crime again on Sunday, Multnomah County still had a lot to figure out, especially inside the courtroom. Here's Chief Criminal Judge Michael Greenlick.
It's really a difficult situation to try and deal with these things in the courts right now.
Here's why. When someone is caught with drugs on the streets, police check their record. If they have outstanding warrants, they go to jail. If not, they're offered deflection, the option of treatment instead. Outreach workers then take over for police. But that's only happening during the day, Monday through Friday. Outside those hours, it's up to the court to act as a temporary deflection center, seen as the county at the last minute postponed opening an actual center.
This whole using the court to, deflect people into deflection thing, we all came up with that in the last week because we had to respond to the fact that it wasn't going to happen in the community.
Outreach workers now meet people arrested on weekends or at night who qualify for deflection at the court to offer them treatment. The first time that happened this week, the man didn't show up. Neither did the outreach workers. A judge issued a warrant for his arrest. But turns out that part wasn't supposed to happen.
I think they had their signals crossed a little bit the first day, and so there shouldn't be charges filed if they're eligible for deflection, even if they don't show.
Instead, that man failed deflection and faces potential future arrest if caught with drugs again. But what about those who don't qualify for deflection and go straight to jail? Well, due to a lack of public defenders, they're often released back onto the streets.
For these drug enforcement misdemeanors, most of them are going to be released pending trial.
Which begs the question, will this new law change the cycle of addiction in Multnomah County?
I don't know. We need a lot of services in the community, and they're trying to build those up. But, to tell you the truth, somebody who's using fentanyl every day, who has no place to live, will something like this make a difference? I don't know. We'll see.
Meantime, Portland police say they've arrested multiple drug users in a targeted mission in downtown and Old Town on Wednesday. The suspects, who police say had a stolen vehicle, were not eligible for deflection because of additional alleged crimes and outstanding warrants. Authorities also say they arrested a prolific drug dealer. And when they searched his home, they say they found fentanyl, counterfeit pills, meth, as well as more than $6,000 in cash. And wildfire season is still in full swing across Oregon. Down in southern Oregon, 2 new fires started this week in Douglas County, prompting evacuations. These are the Devil's Knob fire in the Tiller area and the Milepost 98 fire near Canyonville. In central Oregon, the Rail Ridge fire has grown to more than 100,000 acres. It's burning in Grant and Crook counties. Governor Kotek has invoked the Emergency Conflagration Act to bring in additional firefighting help.